Well, joining us live now in the studios to look at this convention and primaries taking place at the Teslim Balogun Stadium as the chairman APC Presidential Primaries Organizing Committee, Kayode Fayemi, and well, thank you for joining us this morning. Well, we saw some accolades from Governor Fashola saying, well, you have been fantastic in doing all of this so far, but let's start by talking about the arrangement before we get into what the present situation now. We understand that Ogun State is voting as we speak. How has it been like getting this two-day event here in Lagos?
We did envisage, first of all, thank you for the opportunity of being in your studio after quite some time. We envisaged that we were going to spend a considerable length of time to undertake this exercise. So, just as Governor Fashola mentioned, it's not a surprise to us that it spilled over to the next day. We're talking about 8,000 delegates roughly, and going through accreditation process all day, even if each state were to vote averagely for 20 minutes. That's almost 1.5 hours for 4 states, and that turns out to be about 8 hours for the 36 states that you're talking about. So, and that's what we've seen. But it's gone really smoothly. Yes, there was indeed that skirmish about Delta over an argument as to the accreditation of the delegates from Delta, but that was resolved amicably, and voting continued in due course. So it's been the product of a careful planning, because for us it's absolutely important to focus on the process, not just the who. The who is important to everybody. The who is important to Nigerians. They really want to know who are they going to come out with, who's going to be their candidate. But for us, the process is as important as the product that eventually emerges from this, because Nigerians are carefully watching us if this is more of the same, or we really want to be the new party for the new Nigeria that we've been talking about.
This is quite unprecedented for an opposition, a big opposition in the country. We have actually not seen this kind of primaries or convention leading up to the emergence of a candidate for any big opposition since 1999.
Absolutely. We believe that we're going to be much stronger for it, and the party will be more united after this, because the process has been transparent, it's been open, it's been done jointly with the aspirants themselves. In the convention committee responsible for this process, the aspirants each had a representative, so there's nothing that happened that they did not sign up to.
Are you saying you didn't have any challenges?
Pardon me?
You didn't have any challenges in the course of this plan?
Oh, we did have quite a number of challenges, but we couldn't have done this without Lagos State Governor. He put his weight behind everything that we did. It was fantastic. His team was available. Everything that we asked for, they were able to do. The ones that they couldn't do, they offered advice as to how best to accomplish it. And the leadership of the party also gave us a completely free hand to undertake this exercise. I wasn't told to do it in any particular way. I was just asked to deliver a product at the end of the exercise, and certainly before the end of the day, I'm reasonably confident that you should be showing me again as Chief Returning Officer announcing somebody emerging as the victor in this historic event.
Did you ask the party, ask any of your aspirants to stand down for any of the other aspirants? Because the news is awash that some aspirants were asked to bury their ambition and allow just a particular candidate emerge.
Not at all. Well, first and foremost, I don't trade in the rumor market. I am very much involved in this process, and we were very careful right through the process not to even give a hint that any aspirant was more important than another. We felt that if a consensus candidate is going to emerge at the end of the day, it has to come from the aspirants themselves, not the party dictating to them to do any particular thing. And since they tried it, they met, they figured it out that they would rather go the democratic way, the whole hog. We were left with no other choice. And we actually think it's a good way to go for us as a party and for the deepening of democracy in our country.
No, I wasn't quite sure, but I thought I heard my colleague say this is the third national convention.
Of our party?
Yes.
Yes. We had the first national convention when we installed the leadership of Chief John Odige Owogo and its executive committee members. We had the second national convention around about 1.5 months ago when we ratified some changes in our constitution, including removal of waiver of clauses that blocked waivers for those who want to join our party. And now the third convention since the merger and the emergence of our party, which focuses on the election of our presidential candidate for the 2015 election exclusively.
I think it's rather kind that you explain these things. So sometimes we do, maybe because we're just new in the democratic process, it's quite you don't know the difference between words like convention, congresses, and what have you. Even primaries can be a little confusing to some people. But then we're looking at the primaries now, and you say that nobody has been put under pressure to step down for anybody, and even though that was in the rumor mill yesterday, and I kept on saying that I was going to be looking at your body language while the aspirants were giving their speeches. You saw what was in the papers yesterday concerning the chances of the candidates. What was your thinking on that?
My thinking on the chances of the candidates?
Yes. Did it bother you that, things like that were out and that some of them were stronger than some and, creating a level playing field for all was going to be a tad difficult, so to speak?
I don't think there's any doubt in the minds of the aspirants that I was going to ensure a level playing field for all. They all expressed their confidence in my leadership and in the membership of the convention committee, even when we have the sticky issue as to whether this should be held in Abuja or in any other city rather than Lagos. By the time I came up to them with our reasons for wanting to hold it in Lagos, they all subscribed to it.
What's your reasons?
Oh, well, you're seeing it. It's turned out to be a hugely successful convention because, one, the capacity that Lagos has for accommodating a huge number of people is second to none in this country. Two, the security and general confidence and ambience that a government of our party in power provides is also something that you cannot underestimate. If we had held this in Abuja on the same day that the ruling party was also holding its own convention, it would have been a little sticky.
Did you envisage that they were going to be doing their convention on the same day?
No, we didn't. As a matter of fact, we had chosen another date for our convention. We were the ones that shifted our convention because we couldn't hold it on the original date we had chosen. So it wasn't their fault. It was more our fault for doing that. But having done it, we also then felt it wouldn't be easy for us to have the convention successfully on a day that they were having them. And if you watched both conventions yesterday, it was almost taking place around about the same time. It would have been difficult in Abuja to do that.